and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca. Happy 6th of June, everybody. So we are working on my June Waffle painting, which is Baby Highland Cow from Diamond Art Studio UK. I have my list of questions and we are on day 6. So we are going up to the tippy top. So let's get that undone. Oh, and I've got like both halves on the other side of here. So let me scoot that one. And then I think I need to scoot this one in a little bit. Now it is going to leave a little bit of a gap. The other side, or maybe I should just scoot it there. Scoot it over that little bit, but I am going to leave that as a knot to do. Looks like we're doing a few little tufts on his hair, so let's zoom in and then scoot up. There we go. It is leaning over the desk a little bit, so hopefully I won't keep knocking it with my tummy. But yeah, going to start with the black again. I always like to start with black, and I'm using a little pen from Lady Dax and P Jelly today. It's actually a pen on a keyring, so I could take this with me wherever I went if I wanted, but it actually stays in my gorgeous little pen boxes instead. I hope everybody is having a great day. We are nearly 1 week into the June Waffle. We are slowly but surely plodding our way through a painting. And slowly but surely plodding my way through questions as well, which are actually disappearing a whole lot quicker than I think. It's amazing how much time is actually put into like how much time you spend doing a diamond painting, even a smaller round one like this. And how quick you can end up chatting through some questions. But my next question is, what is the best and the worst thing with having a YouTube channel? Good question. Best thing, quite easily, is the Zesties. Is all the Zesties that watch the YouTube channel, that comment, that support the channel, even just by watching, liking, subscribing, all that jazz, is by far the best. It's the Zesties that keep me coming back. That's for sure. You know, when it can feel like, you know, getting YouTube done as well is a bit, sometimes it's extremely time consuming, sometimes extremely overwhelming, depending on, you know, what else is going on. So that by far, hands down, is a very quick answer for the best thing about having a YouTube channel. The worst is probably the fact of keep needing to show up. And even when I wasn't well a couple of weeks ago, the support was amazing, and it's probably me putting it on myself more, you know, the constant feeling that, oh, you know, you can't quite recover from not being well because you feel like you should be updating people. I was trying to get the kids to make sure they answered and updated people because I was just trying to get to the point of feeling better. So yeah, when life gets busy, hectic, when some curveball gets thrown at you, whether it be not feeling well or whether it be something else, life throws you a curveball of some sort. The questions that follow when you're not there, it's like, and none of it is with any bad intention from anybody, and it's not me saying, oh, people shouldn't care. I'm not saying that at all. I can excuse me, I completely get why people ask, but that can be the hard part. Is sometimes not being able to just decide you don't want to do something that day or that week because of something else that's going on. So that part can be hard. Sometimes thinking up ideas and stuff can be hard as well, but I've started doing vlogs now, so hopefully that will bring some different content that, while it of course still takes time, and it definitely takes time to edit, more time to edit than one of these videos do. But having said that, even though they take more time to edit, I can do that at the time of day when I am too brain dead to film a video, but I am alive enough to edit one, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you do have to be in the right mood to be able to start filming and doing a video, and sometimes that can be the tough part to it, is being up and at 'em and ready to do. So hopefully with the vlogs it will be different enough, but I will still, even while I'm filming it, I will be getting things done for the shop, and it will also give you guys a bit more of a peek into the background of things. They're probably my answers in relation to that. I don't think there's anything else in particular. That's probably just when it hits the hardest, and it's probably more recognisable for me at the moment because I've just been through a period of not being well. So it took a lot to get back in to filming, especially after having like a break. Sometimes it can be harder to sort of figure out where you found the time to fit in the time to YouTube in the same way, because it is quite time consuming. But I do love it, especially the likes of Whip and Waffles and things, and now the vlogs. I really enjoy both of those. So hopefully that being, a good chunk of the content will make things easier for me. Next question is, would you ever go back to scrapbooking? Possibly. It's not something I didn't fall out of love as such with the hobby. It was more, I didn't have the photos that I loved to put the effort in to create the pages or the layouts. So when I am ever blessed with grandkids of any form, that may well change. And it may be that I want to pick that back up. So we shall see. Right, let me okay, now getting into the nitty gritty of his head. Scoot over a little bit more. Okay, so we've got a few sort of quick and to the point questions, always good. But favourite type of weather. So my favourite type of weather is probably about 20 degrees Celsius. So warm, but not too warm. A nice light breeze is always good. No rain. A day where I can move about without getting all hot and sweaty in any way. I can move about my daily life. I can get washing dry, or I can go for a walk and it be, you know, nice and breezy. Not blowing a gale or anything. That's my favourite type of weather, I would say. I don't like it too hot, and I definitely don't like it too cold. Favourite book, I would say it is the J.D. Robb series, or the series by J.D. Robb, who is Nora Roberts, the In Death series. I don't know if I've got a favourite book within it, but yeah, that whole series I have listened to multiple times. I will probably in turn listen to it multiple times more. I do have a different book on the go at the moment, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if I end up at least listening to the last few in the series. Again, ready for the new one coming out in September. So I often like to sort of get myself in the mood for a new release by going 3 or 4 books back and listening to those before the new one's released. Sometimes I time it perfectly, sometimes not so much, and I'm still listening to a book when it releases. But yeah, I absolutely love that series. Hands down, that's probably my favourite. Oh, next one says square or round. I do really like both. Going according to my stash, I do tend to favour squares, or I often pick up squares if there is the option of one or the other. So it won't stop me getting a painting that I like if it's only available in round. Oh, how on earth did I miss all them blacks? I must be losing it. I'm actually filming this quite late on in the evening, so I think I am losing my spark. Sorry. Yeah, if a painting is available in either or, I will often pick square, but I will not, sorry, this glue dot is really sticky. I will not shy away from a painting if it's only available in round. It won't even enter my head to think, oh, do I really want it? No, if I've already decided it's a painting I want, if it's in round, then I will get it anyway. In fact, the 2 paintings that I got from Metal Crafts, from Diamond Art Studio, the 2 that I got in round, and that is the first time I think I have chosen to have a round painting instead of a square. Because a lot of paintings that Diamond Art Studio offer, they will offer in either or. I don't know if I've seen one yet that is only available in round. I could be wrong, but of the ones I've got, all the others that I have are square, I think. So yeah, this is the first time that I have purposefully chosen to get the round one in them both. And that was just because I have done a few squares back to back. So knowing I would be doing this in June, it made sense for me to get it in round, because that would then be a bit of a change for me. So yeah, I'd have to say square, but I really like round. I think my ideal sort of way of doing it. If, like, I use the decision wheel to make the decision for me, but I think if I was choosing, I would do 2 squares, then a round, 2 squares, then a round. And I think that would be a nice mix, and potentially a nice way to sort of go through my stash as well, especially considering how many square ones I have in my stash. Most of my round ones are actually like 30 by 40s rather than big diamond paintings, though I do have big diamond paintings, but primarily most of my round stash are 30 by 40s. So yeah, all that to say square. Okay, let's get my next colour. So we're on the number 7. Next question, how many hours do you diamond paint in a week? No 2 weeks for me are the same at all. They really aren't. I feel like they should be, because I'm home most of the time. Like we do go out, we do have evenings out, but like the majority of our evenings are spent at home. So in theory, the majority of my evenings, I can diamond paint. However, that's not always the way. I think how many hours I diamond paint is quite possibly determined by my hormones. Do I track what those hormones are and actually know what kind of week I'm having? No, I don't. I don't pay enough attention to my own hormones to be able to answer that question. But yeah, I think my hormones possibly play a very big part in it. Some evenings I will, sometimes I will be filming, like this evening, just because of having a busy day and other stuff going on, though that only tends to happen during like June Waffle and December, so that's probably not a fair thing. Sometimes I will end up working on shop things into the evening. Quite often, if I just sort of get carried away with some things or with some big project that I'm doing at the time. Sometimes I will sit on my phone and do absolutely nothing, because I just don't want to move. That's the week that I think is down to my hormones more than anything. And some nights I will diamond paint every single evening, and I will just be book on, diamond paint for a good few hours and absolutely love it. So I don't think I can answer how much I diamond paint in a week, because it really depends what week it is. When I do sit down to diamond paint, I will often, when I'm working on my main one and not just squeezing in a 45 minutes on a paint gem, then I will often spend between 2 and 3 hours diamond painting at a time, listening to my book, probably stopping and making a brew every now and then. But yeah, it will normally be a good couple of hours, sometimes nearer 3, where I will sit diamond painting. This last week, I haven't sat and worked on my main diamond painting. In fact, I think since I was unwell, since I had my cold, I think I have spent maybe 3 evenings over the past couple of months that I've spent time working on that diamond painting, because there was a few weeks I wasn't pretty much doing anything, and then I did have a few evenings where I did a bit. So Yeah, it's not really one I can answer. It really does vary. Sometimes I can go a good couple of weeks and I will spend a couple of hours diamond painting each evening, sort of Monday to Friday-ish time, or Monday to Friday days. And I will spend a couple of hours each evening diamond painting. So I'll get like 10 to 15 hours in diamond painting. And then I'll have a week where I do absolutely none. So yeah, it can totally vary as to what I end up doing. And a lot of it is whether I want to move my bum off the couch. Next question. How many whips do you do at one time? I try to keep these down. I did have a period, I think it was last summer, that I had about 3 whips on the go. And I'd alternate between them. And I did enjoy that. But it only works when I have a week where like I will diamond paint pretty much every evening. And that's not always the case. And I never know when that is going to be the case. Because sometimes I will be diamond painting every evening and I'll think, oh, I'll have a second whip, and then all of a sudden I hardly diamond paint over the next 4 weeks because of other things going on. But my whips currently on the go, I do still have quite a few, but because they are for different times and they're sort of, there's different reasoning behind them, I don't feel as though like they're competing against each other, if that makes sense. So my current whips, I have my main, what I call my main diamond painting, which is, I think it's called On the Way Home. I keep forgetting what it's called. Shared Home. See? Told you I keep forgetting. Called Shared Home. So my main one, Shared Home, is one I have on the go. I also have my Heaven and Earth Design, which is a cross-stitch conversion chart, on the go. To me, that one is completely separate. It's my big project. It's supposed to take a long time. It doesn't matter how long it takes. That is what it is. I don't feel like that one is a lingerer. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm really not bothered how long the big project one takes. It may change when I get near the end. I may get excited to finish it. But for that one, when I'm not unwell or not doing a waffle, that one gets 2 sections done a week. That's it. That's what gets done. I don't have any expectation on myself to do any more than that. I do 1 section during the Whip and Waffle, and I chat to you guys and I film it, and it goes up on a Thursday. And then at some point after filming it, before I put it away, so quite often the same day, if not the following day after filming, I will do the second section on it. And that's just to be able to have progress and it not take years to do. And then that one goes away until I'm filming the next video. It just gets put away and doesn't get touched in between. So that's my second whip. My third whip is a Paint Gem mini set. So I always have a Paint Gem mini set kitted up to go. That one, I have tried from the beginning of the year. I did try to do one of those a day, and I would normally pick it up sort of so I pack orders and stuff throughout the day, and I have other things that I do. But then there is a period of time in the day, just before 4 o'clock, where I have got the orders all ready for the postman. So they're all in their mail sacks. What's called a manifest is printed, which basically says this is my final list. This is what the postie is getting today. That's all printed and the post is all in the hall ready for the postman to knock. And that is all done like before 4 o'clock. Sometimes it's done at about 3:30. It depends on the day. But from that point, the postie can come anytime from, I think he told me it's 13 minutes past 4 is the earliest he can come. And quite often he will be around that time. Sometimes he'll be later. But I call that sort of postie dead time, like it's not the postie is dead. The time is sort of dead. It's not quite, sometimes I'll be doing other projects, but yeah, sometimes it's sort of, I just feel like I'm hanging about waiting for the postman, even though I know the earliest he's going to arrive. I still sometimes feel as though I'm hanging about waiting for him, when really I'm not. It's my brain though. So I like to do a paint gem then. And that worked great when I had no other projects on the go to do. So I would work on a paint gem. Postie would come. I would stop doing my paint gem, give the postie the post, come back in, finish doing my paint gem. And during that time, you may find that people started coming home from work. So everybody in our house starts coming home from work roughly 4:30 onwards. So yeah, all the kids and the hubby and all that would start coming in. And then, you know, you're talking chats from after work, tea, all that sort of stuff before the house settles down for the evening. So that was an ideal time for me to do a paint gem mini. I was there, I was present for all conversations, but I was also getting something done. But recently I've actually been replacing that with doing some of my projects. I've been able to do some of those in that time. So I've not done many paint gems, but once these projects are done, I'll be able to pick up that time again as paint gem time. So yeah, that's my, in effect, third whip. And normally they're the only 3 that I have. But at this present time, I do have a 4th, and that is my Chart to Art kit from Diamond Art Studio UK. I did a kitting up video on it. When it's finished, I will do like a de-kitting video and then warn everybody that I'm going to show you the finished image, because some people like to see the finished image before they purchase. But I don't do any whip and waffles on it, because it's not fair for those that want to be able to, you know, have it in their stash and want the surprise, because it is sort of a mystery over what it is. It's like with any mystery kits that I've had in the past. I don't tend to do those on camera either. They tend to be my off-camera projects, and then I give loads of warnings when I'm going to show it, and then it's up to people to decide if they want to see it or not. But they're not missing out on my whip and chats because I'm working on one of them. They literally just stop watching 5 minutes before the end of a video to not have the surprise spoiled. So yeah, so I currently have that on the go. I am purposefully dragging that one out. I am actually only working on that one when I have finished my main painting, and I'm waiting to do the video to de-kit. So when you know, when I've finished a painting, I then do a dekitting video and a kitting up video for my next one. And sometimes there's a few days, sometimes there's actually a week in between me finishing a painting and starting a new one. So in that window of time is when I work on Floral Surprise. And I do a few more sections of that. So yeah, that's my fourth one, but that's why I don't consider them as overlapping. It's not like I will, you know, think, oh, I'm going to diamond paint tonight, which one should I do? That doesn't enter my head at all. If I'm going to diamond paint tonight, the only questions I often ask myself is, if it's an evening of diamond painting, then I will go straight to doing the likes of Shared Home. If I'm like, oh, I think I might diamond paint, but I don't know if I fancy doing it for long, then I will pick up a paint gem, because that will limit me to a smaller window of time. But more often than not, I will just go straight to my big one. I'll be like, I'm diamond painting tonight, okay, and go to my main whip. So yeah, that was hopefully that was a long answer to a quick question. But hopefully that makes sense to people as to why I don't consider them like all currently demanding whips. And when I actually had 3 or 4 kitted up and I got the decision wheel to decide which one I was working on that evening, it was great fun and I really enjoyed it, but it did feel as though the paintings themselves dragged on because I'd done that. Like they all dragged on. Whereas now I don't feel any pressure with the Floral Surprise, like doesn't even enter my head until I've finished my main one. And my Heaven and Earth design doesn't either. Like that's not my whip to me. That is my Thursday project. Oh, next one says, how many kits in your stash and what companies? Oh, I can tell you what companies. How many is a whole different ball game. My logbook would probably tell me the best, to be fair. If I tell you in sort of types, and then you can determine. So paint gem, so that's 4 on that page, because all the rest have been completed. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29 paint gem set, though 2 of them are in process. Small square, I have 2. Large square, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 36 large square currently in my stash. Bear in mind, I'm not sure if I've put this one in my stash yet, but small round, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 small round paintings. Large round, oh, they are in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Bear in mind, this is one of them. And then special diamond paintings, I have 3. So there we go. I don't know if anybody has totted that up as you've gone along. But they do include my whips. So all 4 of my whips are included in that. Well, 5. because this is a whip at the minute as well, because of June Waffle, though this has an end date. So yeah, all my whips are included in that. Oh, and I forgot, with my Paint Gem mini set, I actually have 2 kitted up. I have the Alphabet, which is my grab and go if I'm going away or on holiday, or I work on it when I'm waiting to de-kit and kit up a Paint Gem set. So yeah, I actually have, I have 6 whips at the minute. Main one, Heaven and Earth Design, Floral Surprise, Paint Gem 1, Paint Gem 2, and then Highland Cow. So I have 6 whips. So you can take 6 off that stash number. Is there any to add on? Possibly. Well, I don't actually know. No, I don't think there is, because I was supposed to do a logbook video before June Waffle started, but with not being well, I decided to just do the kitting up and then nothing until June Waffle started, to give me a chance to feel better. So yeah, I do have 1 painting that I've not yet done an unboxing video for. Oh, 2 actually. 2 paintings that I've not done unboxing videos for. But I don't consider them as being in my stash yet. Until they're done, I don't consider them in my stash, if that helps. What companies was the second question. So Paint Gem is a big one. Diamond Art Studio UK is a big one. They are the premium diamond painting company in the UK. So I have a lot of their paintings. I then have Diamond Art Club. I have quite a few. Dreamer Designs. I have quite a few. Aura Lower. I have a few from Aura Lower. It's actually about 5 or 6, I think, from there. I have a couple from Carrot Art, though I don't think they ship here anymore. But I have a couple from there. I have 1 from Art Dot that's in my stash. And then for my smaller ones, I think a lot of them are fan sales and coup deals for my small ones. So yeah, a few different companies in there. There is also one tucked right at the back, and I'm not sure if it's a Dreamer Designs or if it's another company. I can't quite tell. It might be an Aura Lower in an old box. I can't quite tell who it's from. And I can't quite see which one it is either. So yeah, all my ones in boxes under the desk are primarily premium companies. And then my 30 by 40 and my hung up ones are more budget companies. But yeah, quite a stash. Some of them are plenty of years old. Some of them are a lot more recent. And then they've asked what's my favourite canvas. I think we have covered this one a couple of times over the last few days. I have a few different favourites, both completed and yet to do. And say it can constantly change dependent on the day. The day, my mood, which one I spotted out the corner of my eye last. But yeah, I don't know whether I have like what could be considered categorically, no shadow of a doubt, favourite canvas. There are many that I have enjoyed that I've done for many different reasons. I remember having sheer excitement over Mr. Quackers, also over Cosmic Trip. Those two definitely brought excitement. With the purchase, White Christmas did as well. I've also Zesty Wolf. I think I've mentioned him a few times. He definitely has a place in my heart, that little guy. But yeah, it can change all the time. So that is today's done. Let me shut that. Oh, which way am I going? That way. You'd think I'd have this Zoom figured out by now, wouldn't you? But yes, we have a little bit of hair showing on our Highland cow. Yeah, he's getting there. So hopefully you'll come and join me for day 7, where we hit 1 week of completing our diamond painting. And see him come to life a little bit more. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again tomorrow.